Hello everybody and welcome. I'm No02 and thank you for watching this. I have just recently completed Act 1 on No Hope mode all by myself, doing it with the bots. This is the deck that I ran it with. Please check the timestamps in the video. I'll be breaking down the deck in chunks, as well as there'll be some specific points that I want to emphasize that'll all be in the time. Secondly, there will be some things that I just won't really explain. That's because I explained it in a other video, sort of like a no hope laundry list for all of my future content here for no hope mode. An example, I have hazard pay. Why? Why have I chosen hazard pay over all of the other copper cards? Talk about it in that video. If you have questions that are answered in that video, I will just link. The link to that video will also be in the description of this one, as well as all future deck videos, just to sort of save time overall so that I don't have to repeat myself on certain things over and over again. There's certain principles or concepts that I will be implementing in all decks. I talk about it in that video and how. So, No Hope Solo Act 1. We'll start off with our economy cards here. Card order doesn't really matter. The cards are organized in terms of concept. Economy. Hazard pay for the extra copper. Because we're playing with bots, we don't get the bots' money. We get the secondary objective bonus, right? 500 to us, 1500 to the bots. Goes to the bots and it's void. Copper for how many people survive each mission, right? Again, whenever bots get copper, they keep that copper. We don't see any of it. We do get a bonus, though, at the start of each camp mission for having bots on our team. I don't know exactly what the bonus is. I didn't pay enough attention to it. But we get our normal money, plus some bot bonus, plus our hazard. But we do not get the bots' money. There are ways to get the bots' money, but it takes multiple bibs, and it's a cheat. I'm not going to show you or even talk about it. Offensive Scavenger, Support Scavenger, and Pinata. We're basically worried about having enough things to throw, heal ourselves throughout the mission. No hope mode, there's pretty much no resources. Having these two cards is, I think, quite essential to having some amount of stuff to keep us going in the middle of a mission. Offensive Scavenger, they keep our grenade economy healthy and alive. But also, too, if we can use it in any other circumstances, we'll have Pinata and Fire in the Hole to make Offensive Scavenger even better. Pinata is quite amazing, I think. I will be making a video, top 15 cards for No Hope mode, and Pinata, I think, is guaranteed to be 15% chance to get an accessory. When you use an accessory to blow things up, essentially. And in a horde event, right, those moments where you want to use an accessory, typically there'll be a lot of zombies around. And every single one of those zombies is a chance to get something back. And so I tend to find that Pinata could read during a horde event, if you throw something, you'll get something back. I got clutch defibs to bring bots back to life, clutch toolkits to open up toolkit rooms, extra grenades, extra throwables to just keep synergizing with throwing things over and over again, as well as just extra healing and etc. I found Pinata to be triggering multiple times per mission. So between hazard pay, offensive, our scavenger cards, and Pinata, we'll have copper to buy the things that we need, team upgrades, and cards, but as well as having an economy of stuff throughout the mission, in the middle of the mission, that allow us to keep you're going too slow or things are going really poorly, and potentially replenish your supplies throughout the mission and keep a constant accessory economy roll. It was quite nice. Next is grenade pouch, double grenade pouch, put it in for explosives. When it comes to team upgrades, we need two of them in particular. We want more grenade slots and we want more grenade damage. I'll talk about it in the other video, but if we can replace cards in our deck by team upgrades, or hopefully purchasing that card or card in concept by buying a card box in the mission, that is great for us because we are desperate for card slots. So we have just enough grenade slots for the most part to get through a lot of the earlier missions that are shorter, as well as between having lots of extra things being generated, we can carry a lot of grenades and stuff like that. If you end up burning through all of your grenades, and you come across 2 or 3 Molotovs, you pick them all up. These grenade slots will pretty much guarantee that if you can find it, you can carry it for them. And if it's excess, then you can leave it behind and we'll take advantage of it with Fire in the Hole or Pinata. given the circumstances. But we need to have enough grenades to blow our way up, to blow up things that are in our way, but still have enough grenades left over so that when we get to the breaker or to the boss fight, we'll have the option to potentially nuke the boss um, if we can't burn it down with our guns. With that being said, why don't we have more grenade damage if dealing with a breaker is such a big issue in so low? It takes too many cards. So between Bomb Squad and improvised explosives, we have just enough grenade damage to allow our common grenades, our starter grenades, to 1300 damage, which is enough to one-shot most of the tall boy variants or get them very close to death that we can burn them down with magazine. But if we do get our grenade upgrades, when it comes to grenade quantity and grenade quality, we want the color, we want the quality, we want the purple grenades for sure as quickly. As we get those color upgrades, Bomb Squad and improvised explosives is doubling those grenades. So as we get those upgrades, the value of these cards go up exponentially. In addition, if we do end up finding more cards like grenade training or whatever the other one is that increases our accessory damage, we're interested in those cards as well. But we're not entirely reliant or dependent on the RNG of finding those team upgrades or finding those cards in mission. We have a little foundation of what we need started. Hope for more. We have enough time to basically find those things over the course of many missions. Also, too, with Bomb Squad, the additional frag grenade spawning on the map again adds to our economy, guarantees that we have at least one extra grenade hiding somewhere. And also, the explosive resistance is really good for the bot, because the bots will be in danger close a lot of the times because, bots. Also, for exploders, dodging an exploder for us, very, very easy. For the bots, though, very, very hard. 20% damage reduced from the exploders is very nice for the bots. Run like hell, superior cardio, and fire in the hole. We're basically the foundation of speed clutching. Run like hell will give us just enough sprint speed to stay ahead of blitzing zombies, but this doesn't really allow us to speedrun any of them. This is not a speedrunning deck. This will allow us to reposition comfortably, speed clutch right at the end if we need to and we're desperate. But if we end up finding more stamina cards, more sprinting speed, right? If we end up finding the other two dash cards, we can then step into the role of potentially speed clutching a lot more. Not necessarily speed running in general, though. We do want them to be alive. We need their health. We have this foundation of what could be potentially way, way more, depending on what cards we find, grades we get. But being able to stay ahead of the blitzing zombies has been really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. If a horde event triggers and you get to a corner, Run Like Hell will get you there comfortably for the moment. The bots will give us mandatory PT. The bots will be running mandatory PT, firing Sacrifice, Avenge the Fallen. Those three sort of core team upgrades. So we don't need extra stamina really. We just need sprint efficiency. But the sprint efficiency, extra stamina, and the 5 points of health, so much value there. But with the mandatory PT and Run Like Hell and superior cardio, we'll be actually able to sprint for a long time. Really nice, convenient to have, and we're doing it with only cards in our deck. Fire in the Hole sort of plays into this role of being able to potentially speed clutch. It's also really nice as far as like, oh crap, we're getting swarmed. Grenade our feet, get the heck out of there, get to a corner and reset. A Fire in the Hole, the most value that you're going to find out of it is the temporary health. We have 4 grenades to start with. That's 80 points of health, plus Offensive Scavenger, plus Pinata. I found that Fire in the Hole was generating somewhere between 100 to 200 temporary points per mission. It's a huge healing card for us. So much value, infinite value. Even if we find ourselves with Offensive Scavenger, right? We come across a Molotov. We have no need for it, no need to carry it, and we should just move it behind. With Fire in the Hole, we can pick up that Molotov, throw it anywhere, pick up our grenades, and move on. We can now get a little speed boost to keep looting and scooting, but also every single thing that you would find and normally leave behind with Offensive Scavenger, you can pick up, throw it, and generate health. Pretty much keeping you a nice, healthy, constant level of health throughout the mission. Fire in the Hole is a huge economy card for us. Fire in the Hole is one of the best cards in the game, at least for solo queue Nightmare mode or No Hope mode. I always love Fire in the Hole. It's been truly emphasized by No Hope mode to show how good this card is as far as the temporary health goes. Every grenade is basically now because it's Act 1, use speed, cold brew coffee, but also the extra reload speed is nice for dealing with the horde. Uh, the swap speed to help compensate for improvised explosives, multi-tool headband magnifier. Do not be afraid of the headband magnifier. They did some reworks to the flashbang effects on the player screens, and headband magnifier is way more manageable than it was before. The flashbang effect is not nearly as severe as it was before. It feels like it fades faster. I feel like you can only see through it sometimes. So I find that headband magnifier not too much of an issue when you play smart, play correctly, remember. But between these three cards, this is like the bare bones minimum. Having enough use speed to get the 5 shells off at the end of the Sound of Thunder. This deck is about having just enough of everything so that we're not entirely RNG dependent. We could commit to more use, more grenade damage, but that would leave us vulnerable, and we would be dependent on finding cards to compensate for it. I didn't want to have to rely on that much RNG, so we have a little bit of everything here. If we find more use speed, great. But if we don't, we can still get by. Things were just beginning to fall apart as I was loading the fifth shell into the field cannon for the Sound of Thunder. If I didn't have cold brew coffee, I might have actually died on Sound of Thunder. Right? We have just enough to get by. Basically this deck is about buying us enough time to find the upgrades and the cards that we need to become super powerful, and the deck is a great foundation for literally everything. I had a lot of fun playing multiple different runs, seeing how the deck can evolve and change based off of the cards that we find. Very roguelike. It was very cool. Amped Up now is to keep the bots healthy. Amped Up got nerfed. It's no longer temporary health, no longer 25. It's now 20, and it's actual health. Bots do not suffer trauma damage. So for the most part, bots will always be getting the full value out of Amped Up, and given how many horde events trigger, you can heal the bots like hundreds of points of health over the course of every single mission. And in some instances, if a horde is triggered, you get yourself into a good position, go through an entire horde event, and the bots won't take any damage. And all of a sudden, you're just stacking net gain of 60 HP per horde event. Heal the bots all the way back up to full. If you play it correctly, get some good bot RNG. I will make an argument, and you'll probably see this card in the future, for Medical Professional to replace Amped Up. But the bots will all have 1 extra life, as well as Inspiring Sacrifice. So having a life economy for the bots so that when they go down, you pick them up, you can heal them medkit or defib them. Getting their life back onto the bots can be really, 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 really clutch, because that'll give more opportunity for Inspiring Sacrifice to trigger. But again, we're tight on our economy. We need offensive upgrades, and we need to just purchase cards in general, as many as we can, because the more cards we purchase, the more powerful we become. We can get ahead of No Hope as far as our power spike goes. But Medical Professional, I think, is a close second, or at least equal to Amped Up. Both accomplish similar things, but the weapons that I used for this deck, I found a lot of success with the RPK, the AK, as well as the shotguns. You want damage, you want DPS, and you want stumble potential, and sort of a mix of the two if you can. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, the deck is rather open for what you use, and sometimes you might find a card like a Tactical Vest, which gives you damage for ARs and ammo for ARs. You might want to use that. You can sort of let the game guide you into what you might be using for an LMG. Then you come across a blue AA-12. I'll leave it up to you to decide what you find. I had the most success with the LMGs or the shotguns because of the DPS, the crowd control, and stumble potential, things like that. Let me know if there's anything I missed, anything I forgot, anything you're confused about. Please feel free to ask questions. I had a lot of success with this deck. Soon to follow this video will be the gameplay footage of me using this deck and how I play it and how. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the future.